watching WION World is One. My name is Kilauea, and here's a look at all the stories that we're tracking for you on Speed News today. Russian drones and missiles bear down on the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv early Thursday, killing at least 2 people, injuring 13 others. The attack also sparked fires in apartment buildings, non-residential structures and vehicles. Attack that came a day after Russia launched a single-night record number of drones targeting its neighbor. According to officials, the assault is part of Russia's escalating attacks, which have strained Ukrainian air defenses and have forced thousands to seek shelter. Sirens blared in Tel Aviv as smoke trails were seen in the sky after Israel's military claimed to have successfully intercepted a missile launched from Yemen. The attack has heightened tensions in the region and is the latest escalation in the ongoing conflict, with Yemen's Houthi rebels claiming solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. Hamas has said that it is ready to release 10 hostages as part of Gaza ceasefire talks, adding it was working to overcome hurdles despite the difficulty of negotiations. The Islamist group statement came after 4 days of indirect talks brokered by Qatar, and as the United States signaled its belief that agreement for a 60-day truce would be struck before the end of the week. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said that part of the deal would be the return of 10 living hostages held by militants since Hamas's October 7, 2023 attack on Israel. Of 250 hostages seized during the assault on Israeli border communities near Gaza, 49 are still held in the territory, including 27 which the Israeli military says are dead. Settlers attacked the Palestinian Christian village of Taiwan in the occupied West Bank for the second time in recent weeks, setting fire near the town's cemetery and church, prompting residents to quickly extinguish the flames. The priest blamed settlers and the Israeli government of trying to occupy the area, which includes 3,000 acres of land with trees, and called on the international community to act to prevent further violence amid a surge in settler violence and land restrictions that have left the village struggling to access 18,000 out of 24,000 dunams of land. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has condemned anti-Semitism as an evil scourge and pledged to take action against it. He says he will consider recommendations from a report, including potential funding cuts for universities that fail to address anti-Semitism on campus. This comes following a wave of anti-Semitic attacks which have roiled Australia, with a dozen arrests for vandalizing or setting homes, schools and synagogues on fire, and hundreds more charged in just over a year with crimes targeting Jews. The Syrian government has reiterated its rejection of federalism after meeting Kurdish military officials, calling on Kurdish forces to join government ranks. This comes after Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces chief Mazloum Abdi met with Syria's interim president in Damascus to discuss integrating the autonomous Kurdish administration into the Syrian state. Damascus says it remains committed to one Syria, one army, one government, and has warned that delays in integration could hinder efforts to restore security and stability. South Korea's disgraced ex-president Yoon Suk-yeol was detained for a second time on Thursday over his declaration of martial law and held in a solitary cell as investigators widened their insurrection probe. The latest arrest warrant was issued over concerns that Yoon would destroy evidence in a case, a senior judge at Seoul's Central District Court said. Investigators said that Yoon's status as former president will be duly considered, but otherwise he will be treated like any other suspect. Yoon's criminal trial also continued with a hearing on Thursday, although he did not attend for the first time. The Trump administration is reportedly planning to cut at least 2,145 high-ranking NASA employees with specialized skills or management responsibilities. According to reports, most employees leaving are senior-level government ranks, depriving the agency of decades of experience as part of a push to slash the seas of federal government through early retirement, buyouts and deferred resignations. The documents indicate that 1,818 of the staff currently serve in core mission areas like science or human space flight, while the others work in mission support roles including information technology. A section of large industrial tunnel under construction in LA collapsed on Wednesday, leaving several workers trapped inside. The workers were located approximately 6 miles from the tunnel's sole entrance, complicating rescue efforts. Aerial footage showed workers being evacuated from the tunnel around 9 p.m. local time. Over 100 LA Fire Department personnel, including confined space rescue specialists, were deployed to the scene to assist in the rescue operation. The Guatemalan army has made a significant drug bust, intercepting a semi-submersible vessel carrying 2,200 kilos of cocaine in the Pacific waters. The operation, which is ongoing, resulted in the detention of 3 crew members suspected of possible illicit activities. According to Army spokesperson Anne Marie Argueta, the National Defense Navy played a crucial role in the interception, highlighting the country's efforts to combat drug trafficking. Taiwan has kicked off its largest military drills, the annual Han Kuang exercises, with 22,000 reservists participating in 10 days of training to defend against a potential Chinese invasion. The drills feature newly delivered U.S. high-tech rocket systems, including HIMARS and advanced M1A2T Abrams tanks, and focus on decentralizing military command and urban resilience. Simultaneous civilian defense drills are also being held, including setting up other bases there as well. Lawmakers in Bolivia's lower chamber are locked in a heated debate over a contentious lithium production contract with Russian-owned Uranium One Group. The deal, which involves constructing a direct lithium extraction plant, has exposed deep divisions over the country's lithium resources and the government's plans to exploit them. Members of the ruling Mass Party and opposition clashed in the Economy, Production and Industry Commission, where the bill must first pass before advancing to a final vote in the Chamber of Deputies. The outcome will have significant implications for Bolivia's economic future and its position in the global lithium market. The Peruvian Congress approved a law granting amnesty to military personnel, police officers and members of self-defense committees prosecuted or convicted of human rights violations during the armed conflict that ravaged the country between 1980 and 2000. The law, which is to be approved by President benefits uniformed personnel who are accused, investigated or tried for crimes arising from their participation in the fight against terrorism at the end of the last century against various subversive groups. Flags lowered to half-staff in flood-stricken Central Texas to honor the victims of a devastating flash flood that killed at least 119 people on the 4th of July. The statewide order to lower flags was given early on Wednesday by Governor Greg Abbott and will last until sunrise on the 14th of July. The Kerr County seat, Kerrville, was devastated when torrential rain lashed the area early on Friday, dropping more than a foot of rain in less than an hour and swelling the Guatemalan River to a height of nearly 30 feet. A powerful storm brought severe weather to the Washington, D.C. area, prompting tornado warnings and a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey and Pennsylvania. An eyewitness captured a dramatic funnel cloud over Bowie, Maryland, as the National Weather Service issued alerts as the strong storm rolled through the region. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano erupted on Wednesday, sending lava fountains shooting into the air, with heights reaching up to 1,200 feet after beginning its main fountaining event at around 4:10 a.m. local time. The eruption, which started within Hawaii Volcano's National Park's Halemaumau crater, paused abruptly at 1:20 p.m. after about 9 hours of continuous lava fountaining, with no immediate threat to residential areas. The US dollar slipped further from a two-week high versus major peers as President Donald Trump's latest tariff salvos failed to shake markets except in Brazil, where a threatened 50% levy sent the real sliding as much as 2.8% overnight. The dollar felt additional weight from a sharp decline in the US Treasury yields following a strong auction of 10-year notes. That's tempering worries about the Sell America narrative that had seen Treasuries, the dollar and Wall Street stocks sold off in tandem earlier this year. Overall, investors were hungry for riskier assets, with the most damaging tariff scenarios looking increasingly unlikely. Oil prices eased as the latest tariff announcements by Donald Trump were perceived by market participants as a threat to the global economic growth. However, signs of strong U.S. gasoline demand limited losses. Brent crude futures traded above $70, while U.S. oil trades above $68 a barrel. On the demand side, macro uncertainty has led to a more cautious buying environment, particularly in Asia. There is doubt that the recent increase in production quotas announced by OPEC Plus will result in an actual increase in production, as some members are already exceeding their quotas. Nvidia briefly reached a market capitalization of $4 trillion, making it the first company in the world to reach the milestone and solidifying its position as one of Wall Street's most favored stocks. Shares of the leading chip designer rose as much as 2.8% to an all-time high of $164.42, benefiting from an ongoing surge in demand for AI technologies. Nvidia's soaring market value underscores Wall Street's confidence in the rapid growth of AI, with the company's high-performance chips forming the backbone of this technological advancement. The stock's recent rally follows a sluggish start to the year, when the emergence of a Chinese discount artificial intelligence model developed by DeepSeek shook confidence in stocks linked to the sector. Bitcoin hit a fresh record after a rally in equities helped push the price of the cryptocurrency higher into the stock market close. It hit a high of $112,000, surpassing its May 22nd record of $111,000. The flagship cryptocurrency has been trading in a tight range for several weeks, despite billions of dollars flowing into Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. Bitcoin purchases by public companies outpaced ETF inflows in the second quarter. Still, Bitcoin is up just 2% in the past month.